gentlemen, my friends, welcome to the first session in our course in which we are going to be defining together the concept of artificial intelligence. Okay, so think about this. If you Google the term artificial intelligence, just browse it the same way you do it. I mean, if you're still actually browsing and like pretty much everybody else do it and you have not yet started actually browsing through artificial intelligence. So if you Google the term artificial intelligence, you might have hundreds, tens and hundreds of slightly different definitions of artificial intelligence. But I want to help you to draft your own definition of the concept. Now, I must say that offering of AI tools is extremely overwhelming. And I always actually think and like to make a parallel with Netflix. When you go into Netflix, now the most difficult thing when you are on Netflix is to choose what you want to watch. Actually, the same thing is happening in artificial intelligence. Now there are hundreds, and I would say even thousands of AI tools which are out there. And that is creating a lot of noise. And there is actually a lot of marketing noise around it because it's a normal thing. You know, like people, when they build an AI system, they want to make money out of it. So everybody is trying to sell what they have been working on and what they have designed. Actually, when you think about it, there's different models, large language models. So ChatGPT, Llama, Gemini, Bitrix. Overall, and what you want to keep in mind is that all these models, they pretty much function on the same way and they are developed and designed following the same technology, which we call the transformers architecture technology. The architecture of the model, the neural networks, design, parameters, the talk algorithms, etc., they are all following the same patterns. Except the thing which is making the biggest difference is the data set which was used to train these models. There is a consensus overall in research today that there is a very limited understanding of how the models function. So we'll be looking at the key features, the key elements that you need to know about to be aware of when using and interacting with the ChatGPT interface. So 6 key elements that you want to be aware of as a starting point for your interaction with the ChatGPT platform. Welcome to this tutorial in which we are going to be navigating and exploring together the platform and interface of ChatGPT. We're going to be looking at the key capabilities, the key features that OpenAI offers to us through the ChatGPT. And we'll be looking at what we can do through these key capabilities and features.
It's a daunting task, right? But AI can process millions of data points in seconds, spotting patterns and correlations that would take us ages to uncover. However, it's essential to remember that AI has its limits. While it excels in data analysis, it struggles with creativity and emotional understanding. It can't replicate the human touch in art.
In this video, we'll explore 2 major categories of generative AI tools. First, we'll break down large language models, LLMs, highlighting tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, and Perplexity. Next, we'll shift to other content creation tools, including DALL-E, Midjourney, Synthesia, and SoundRaw. In this lesson, we'll start by defining what an AI model is. An AI model is a computer program trained to perform specific tasks by recognizing patterns in data. Next, we'll discuss large language models, LLMs, and how they work through next word prediction. Large language models, LLMs, are a type of AI model designed to understand and generate human-like text.
But imagine if it understood your specific needs, your goals, even the nuances of your industry.
Yeah, the source material keeps mentioning this phrase, building a connection with an AI.
Yeah.
What does that actually mean?
Yeah, so it's not about, being buddies with a robot or anything like that.
Right.
It's about strategically providing it with the information that it needs to then give you hyper-personalized results.
Yeah.